Sorry. This time it works, so it should be okay. So if I say NTPQ minus P obviously is there because system CTL status NTP is running, NTP daemon is running. So if I just say NTP by itself, it just says this daemon is running, active. And then there's some process for it. The process ID number is there. There's let's go for LSOF, list of open files, and other commands that I'll show you there to say this is there. One of the command is pwdx. Remember we talked about pwd for print in working directory. You can just get a print working directory of a process. So in this case, 19966, this shows that it started from the root level. This process, and then at this time I can stop my time protocols and start it and everything with NTP. But as long as it's running, you don't need to stop it. Your time and date will be in sync all the time, and that's what you need with the date command. So the examples that I showed you here, these are that when you want to manually change a date to a different date, you can change it. But every file that you create, the file has a timestamp. So like, for example, if I just create a file called new file, it doesn't exist here. Now I just say do ls-l and then send it to a new file. So now I just created new file. Notice that timestamp is based on the timestamp of November this 1340 that was there. So this file is there, and if I just do a stat on it, which shows me the file, and the statistics of this one file is also showing in terms of the when was this file accessed, when it was modified, when it was changed, and the permissions, the user ID, group ID, all that information, the inode structure, all of that one is, this is a regular file because you can see there's a dash here. That's why it says regular file. If I just make a directory, make dir, say called new file, and then the file already exists, because when you say a file could be a directory or a file. You cannot have a name for the file because in Unix and Linux, everything is file. So I have to say make dir file 1. Now file 1 is there, and but it does not make sense to say it's a directory and we call it this. So I'm going to say rm directory new file 1, and then do ls-ld new dir 1. For example, it's not there. I'm going to say make dir new dir 1, and then now just up arrow this, and then that file is there. Notice this one, new dir 1, is a directory, and it has a D and this. So if I do a stat on the new dir 1, you will see that this is a directory. And that's because of the first argument is a D here. And the permissions are done based on the UMask of the file. I'll cover those ones on intermediate and advanced chapters, but I'm just showing you the date and timestamp of the files. So star new, if I just want to see all the files that are new files, new dir and so on, that is there. Let's just do with the D, so it will show the new dir also here. And now the new file, it has this timestamp. I'm going to just say echo and then double gray sign new file. So now the new file content changed. Notice the timestamp of it was 1340. 1340 because I put one more line, and this time I do the same thing. Now it's 1342 rather than that. So here, if I do a stat on the new file, the timestamp changed. Notice that the modify got here updated, and saying that you updated this file at 1342. The original file was there created as 1340. So that's what the date commands. Let's see the next command, what we have here. Date, and then echo. Echo you can do basically echo hello Wahid or echo Solaris Express. You just type in it, it will just do whatever you put in the string, it will echo it. So let me just demo it on the command line. So here, if I just say echo welcome to my MyWebUniversity.com, it will just echo that one. But if I want to just do new line characters after this, I could say -E for the echo to support these new line characters. And then at the same time say hello for this one. You can see that after the .com, I put a new line characters, and then it's did this. So I could just say echo -E and say hello, and then you could say hello and then a space welcome, and then let's say just I put a tab here, tab, and then say to, and then another tab, and then my web site. I just actually did that double quote there, and it moved it there. But notice that as soon as I press enter and went to this one, the site went to the next line. I could also do the same thing here, and then say our unix.com, and then say /new line, and my webtutor.com, and my webuniversity.com. These are all my websites, so you could just basically, my WebTut is actually my website, not my webtutor.com. My WebTut, which is for web tutoring. My webuniversity.com, it covers everything. Our unix.com and my webuniversity.com, all my books, all everything that I'm going to post, videos, everything will be posted on the mywebuniversity.com, and you could enjoy it. So that's what the echo does. And let's look at the next command. And the next command here is add. The head command, basically, whatever is the contents of the file, you could just read something from it. So words.c++, if I say word count -l words.c++, this, .c++, so this file has 36 lines. So if I want to say, show me only 10 lines, I say head -10. Then, and that would display only 10 lines. And if I just use that -n option, the n is not supported there. But I could say cat -n words words.c++, and then that would be there. Then I say give me head -10, 10 lines of it. Now I have line numbers as well as this. And Unix, you have filtering. Filtering is the idea of like piping. And Dennis Ritchie and Ken Thompson, when they wrote it, they come up with piping in order to just eliminate reading larger files when they are having a very small footprint of memory. They have like 1 meg of memory, you cannot read 1 gigabyte file. So in order to do that one, they just basically introduce the idea of piping. So they could just say, cut content of this one, but I'm only interested on the first 5 lines. And then you could just get that one. And only if you are interested in 3, that includes the files there. The same thing, if you're just saying, I only do look for include, you could just get using the grep command. They wrote the grep command. And if you just say, no, I actually want a number of things, egrep, So the extended grep or egrep, expression grep, you could call it, it was written for the purpose of like searching for multiple things, CN and then cout. So inside here, I could do, show me all the include and then cout statement there. And so there was no CN, so therefore it is not there. If I just want to say every function has a main, it will just display the main here, or every function has a return statement, search for return, then it will do that as well. So the piping is very, very accurate. So if I want to just only get the return functions here, notice that it only gave you one line. And then you could say, okay, that one is in line 35. And concept of, we were doing the head and tail. So while I'm on head, and tail is the opposite. So if you look at this one, say head of -1, it will give you the first 2 lines. At -2, 2 lines, head -1, 1 line. If you do the opposite, let's say tail of -2, and that would give you the tail of the last 2 lines. And then if you want the last 10 lines, obviously, it will display that. So head and tail is giving you based on the information. You can pass it into as argument, or you could say tail -2 words.c++ and then get those 2 lines. And then -10. You could just also, sometimes you want to get a combination of this. You could just say, give me, let's say, tail minus all the files, the entire file. You could just get this one, and then you say, from that one, only head -5, and then you just get that one, but you don't need that one.